Hello everyone, welcome to this lesson on sets. Here we will learn about subsets and supersets. Let's begin. Subsets. What is a subset? Let A and B be two sets. If all the elements of set A are present in set B, then it is said that A is a subset of B, and we denote using this symbol that A is a subset of B. Now let's take a look at an example to understand this better. F is equal to 1, 2, 3 and G is equal to 3, 2, 4, 1 and 5. Now here all the elements of F we can see are present in the elements of set G. 1, 2, 3 and here we have 1, 2, 3. So we can say that F is a subset of G because all the elements of set F are present in set G. Clear? Now remember, every set is a subset of itself. So here set F is a subset of itself, we can say. Then phi is a subset of every set. Now phi, which means an empty set, is also a subset of every set. Clear? Next, subsets of a set. Now let's find the subsets of a given set. If set A is 1, 2 and 3, then subsets of set A are, what will it be? First we know that phi, an empty set, is also a subset of every set. So we can write phi. Then we can have a set which includes 1 as the element only to be a subset. So we can say a set which includes 1 as the element to be a subset of set A. Then we can include a set which has 2 as an element. Then a set which has 3 as an element. Then a set which has 1 and 2 as an element can be a subset of set A. Then a set which includes 1 and 3 we can say. Then a set which includes 2 and 3. Then finally we can say a set which includes all the 3 elements will be a subset. Isn't it? So we can say that a set which is equal to the parent set will also be a subset. Okay, now let's count the number of subsets of this set A. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So there are total 8 subsets of this set A. Now here the number of elements of this set was only 3. So it was easy to represent all the subsets and count them. But what if the number of elements is 5, 6 or more than that? Then it will be very time consuming to represent all the subsets. So there is a formula which we can use to find the number of subsets of any given set. So here a set with n number of elements will have 2 to the power n subsets. Now n number of elements means we have to pay attention to the number of elements of that set whose subsets we want to find. So number of elements means the cardinal number. So here we can see A has how many elements? 1, 2 and 3 elements. So cardinal number of A we can say is 3. So let's find out the number of subsets of set A using this formula 2 to the power n subsets. So number of subsets of A will be equal to 2 to the power 3 because it was 2 to the power n subsets. So 2 to the power 3 means 2 into 2 into n, which means the number of subsets, minus 1, which will give you the number of proper subsets. So here in this set, the number of elements, a cardinal number is how much? 3. So 2 to the power n means how much it will be? 2 to the power 3 minus 1, and 2 to the power 3 is equal to 8 minus 1, that will give you 7 proper subsets. And we just now counted that there were 7 proper subsets, right? Now remember, a set is not a proper subset of itself. So here set A cannot be its proper subset, but it can be its subset. Okay, and phi is a proper subset of every set. So phi is a subset also, and phi is also a proper subset of every set. Okay, next, supersets. Now what is this superset? Let's see. If set A is a subset of set B, then we can say that B is a superset of set A. Now it is very simple. Let's take an example. So here A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and B has the elements 3, 2, 4, 1 and 5. Now in order to make it more simple for you to understand, I've been taking the same examples, or you can say same elements all throughout. So here we can say in this set A is a subset of set B, isn't it? Because all the elements of set A are present in set B, 1, 2 and 3, right? So then A is a subset of B, we can say. So what is B with respect to A then? So here we can say B is a superset of A. If A is a subset of B, then we can say that B is a superset of A, and we denote it using this symbol. We just flip the symbol of subset, okay, and we write B is a superset of A. Is that clear? Okay, now let's practice. Before I start, let me tell you that few questions are on the types of sets were still left to be practiced. So we'll do some now and proceed to the questions on subsets and proper subsets. Okay. State whether each of the following sets is a finite set or an infinite set. Let's take the first question. The set of multiples of 5. Now the multiples of 5, there is no limit or range given here as to where it lies or where it will stop. So it means it will go on. So we can say this will be an infinite set. Next, the set of the positive integers greater than 20. Now again here there is no limit mentioned, no range. It is just, they have just mentioned that set of positive integers that are greater than 20. Now it will go on, so it is an infinite set. Next, the set of the whole numbers which are factors of 32. Now set of the whole numbers which are factors of 32. Now factors of 32, maybe we can say that the smallest factor of any number is 1 and the largest factor of any number is the number itself. Means it will not continue. So whenever a question is asked as to the factors of 32 or factors of any number, it will be limited. Means it will stop at some point. So it is a finite set. But when it is asked about multiples, then it will go on. A is equal to x such that x is equal to to n, where n belongs to natural numbers. Again here we can see that there is no limit or range mentioned. So here if I keep substituting n as the natural numbers from 1 and so on, various products will come, so it will go on and there will be no limit. So it is an infinite set. Next, b is equal to x such that x is equal to 3n plus 1, where n belongs to natural numbers and n is less than equal to 20. So here a range is mentioned that n is less than equal to 20 and n belongs to natural number, means it will start from 1 and will stop at 20. So here the smallest value of n that we can take is 1 and the largest value we can take is 20. It means it will be limited, so it is a finite set. Next, the set of positive integers which have the digit 2 in the units place. Now what are the positive integers that have 2 in the units place? We can say 2, then 12, then 22, 32, 42, and it will go on. So we can say it is an infinite set. Next, a is equal to x such that x is equal to n minus 1 by n. So x is given in this expression is equal to n minus 1 by n, where n belongs to natural numbers. So here you can clearly see there is no range mentioned and n belongs to natural numbers. So if I keep substituting n to be the natural numbers like 1 and here 1, so 1 minus 1 will give you 0, 0 by 1, that will lead to 0. Then if I take this as 2, 2 minus 1, and here will be 2, so 2 minus 1, 1, 1 by 2. Then if I take this as 3, 3, and this will be 3, so 3 minus 1 will be 2, 2 by 3. So it will go on and it will never end. So it is an infinite set. Clear? Next, let the universal set U be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 15. Means we can say all the natural numbers, they are all the natural numbers up to 15. And here P is equal to x such that x is equal to n square, where n belongs to natural numbers, and Q is equal to x such that x is equal to 2 to the power n, and n belongs to whole numbers. Now write P and Q in the tabular form, means the roster form. Also find the cardinal numbers of P and Q. So first we have to write the set P and Q in tabular form. Let's do it. So here set P will be what? X such that x is equal to n square and n belongs to natural numbers. So here what will n be? First value of n that we can take 1. So if I do 1 square, what will I get? 1. Then next natural number is 2, so we can take 2 here, so 2 square will give you 4. Then we can take the next natural number 3, so 3 square will give you 9. Next natural number 4, so 4 square if you do, you will get 16. But be careful, here there is a universal set given, means a set which includes all the elements of the set under discussion. So here this set P cannot have any extra elements or more elements that is included in the universal set. Okay, so we cannot have this set the element 16 in this set, because the universal set is up to 15 and not more than that. So we have to stop here. So the sets, and so the elements of this set P will be 1, 4 and 9. Now look at the element. Let's write down the elements of set Q in the roster form. So x such that x is equal to 2 to the power n, where n belongs to whole numbers. So q is equal to, if I substitute n to be the whole number, so first whole number is 0, so 2 to the power 0 gives you 1. We all have learnt in the powers and exponents. So 2 to the power 0 will give you 1. So 1 is the first element. Next whole number is 1. So 2 to the power 1 will give you 2. Next whole number is 2. So 2 to the power 2 means 2 into 2. That will give you 4. Next 3. So 2 to the power 3 means 2 into 2 into 2. That will give you 8. Next, if I take next whole number will be 4. So if I multiply 2 4 times, 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16. So 16 again is more than the universal set. It is not an element that is included in the universal set. So we cannot take 16. So we have to stop here. So the elements of set Q will be 1, 2, 4 and 8. Now we have written P and Q in the tabular form. Now we have to find the cardinal numbers of P and Q. Now this is very easy. Cardinal number means what? The number of elements. So here we can clearly see the number of elements of set P are 1, 2 and 3. So cardinal numbers may we can say NP means cardinal number of P will be 3 and cardinal number of Q is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we can say NQ is equal to 4. Is that clear? Next, state whether the following statements are true or false. Okay. So here we have a set which includes 1, 2 and 8 as the element, and it said that this set is a subset of this set which includes 6, 2, 3, 1 and 8 as the element. So is it true? So for being a subset, all the elements of this set should be included in this set. So here we have 1, 2 and 8. Here also we have 1, 2 and 8 inside this set. So we can say that this set is a subset of this set. It means it is true. Next, x such that x is an even number. So this set is x such that x is an even numbers. Okay, and is a subset of x such that x is an integer. Now even numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8 and integers includes all the numbers, we can say positive and negative. Okay, so obviously it is going to include all the numbers present here. So we can say this is a subset of this set. So it is true. Next, x such that x is a prime number between 10 and 20, which is a subset of x such that x is odd and x greater than equal to 13 and less than equal to 25. Now in some cases where it becomes difficult to understand whether they are a subset or not, or whether they are equal or not, whether they are equivalent or not, then it's better you change them into roster form to make it more simple to understand. So here x says that x is a prime number between 10 and 20. So let's try to write it in the roster form first. So prime numbers means a number which has only two factors, that is 1 and itself. So here after 10, what prime number we can have? 11, then 13, then 17 and then 19. So we can say these are the elements of the first set. Now this subset of it has they have mentioned that it is a subset of this set. So x says that x is odd, so these are the odd numbers, and x is greater than equal to 13 and less than equal to 25. So means 13 will be included. So 13, then 15, 17, 19 up to 25 we can say. Okay, so we got the elements of the first set and the second set. Now to be a subset, what is the criteria? That all the elements of this set should be present in this set. So here 13, 17 and 19 is present, but we cannot find 11. So it does not satisfy the condition of being a subset. So we can say it is false. Clear? Next, if P is equal to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and Q is equal to 2, 3, 4, R is equal to 4, 5, 8, then which of the following is true or false? Okay, so first, P is a subset of Q. Now look at P is a subset of Q. Q is, you can say, the numbers of elements are very less here. Here you can say majority of the number of elements are there. So this cannot be a subset of Q in any way. So it is false. Next, R is a subset of P. Now where is R? R has the elements 4, 5 and 8. Now in order to be a subset of P, all the elements of R should be present in P. So let's look at P. So here we have 4, 5 and 8. So it satisfies the condition. So we can say it is true. Next, Q is equivalent to R. So for being equivalent, what do we need? We need the cardinal number to be the same, or you can say the number of elements of the two sets should be the same. So here let's count the number of elements of Q, 1, 2 and 3, and the number of elements of R are also 1, 2 and 3. So the cardinal number of these two sets are same. So we can say Q is equivalent to R. So true. Next, R is equal to Q. Now for being equal, the element should be the same. Now R has 4, 5 and 8 and Q has the elements 2, 3 and 4. So they are not same, the elements are not the same. So R is not equal to Q. So it is false. Next, P is a subset of P. Now remember, every set is a subset of itself. So it is true. Next, R is a proper set of P. Now to be a proper subset, what is the condition? That it should be a subset and it should not be equal to that set. So let's see, R is a subset of P. Yes, R is a subset of P because 4, 5 and 8 are included, and R is not equal to P, isn't it? So satisfies the condition, so we can say it is true. Next, Q is a superset of P. Now to be a superset, P has to be a subset of Q. Let's see if P is a subset of Q. No. So P is not a subset of Q. Then how can Q be a superset of P? Not possible. So it is false. Next, P is a superset of R. So P is a superset of R. So R should be a subset of P. Okay, R is a subset of P, we know that. So we can say that P is also a superset of R. So it is true. Clear? Next, find the subsets and the proper subsets. Okay, so here we have to find the subsets and the proper subsets. So A is equal to 0, 5, 9. So what will be the subset of A? So first, we all know that phi is a subset of every set, so we can say phi. Then a set we can say which includes 0 as the element, then a set which includes 5 as the element, a set which includes 9 as the element, a set which includes 0 and 5 as the element, a set which includes 0 and 9 as the element, a set which includes 5 and 9 as the element, and a set which includes all the three elements will also be a subset of set A. Now let's find the proper subsets. We know the condition. So proper subset may we can include all of them except the one we know. So phi will be there. This set 0, 9, 5, 9 will also be there. Only the set which is equal to the parent set will not be present. So that will not be a proper set. So here these are the proper sets. Clear? Next, B is equal to X, Y. So here what will the elements what will be the subset of BB? You all know it will be phi, then X, a set which includes X as an element, a set which includes Y as an element, and a set which includes both X, Y as an element. Next, proper subset will be one less. We just have to remove this. So proper subsets will be phi, a set which includes X, and a set which includes Y as an element. That clear? Next, find the number of subsets and proper subsets. So we have to find the number of subsets and proper subsets, not the subset and proper subset. Read the question carefully. Number, we know the formula to find the number of subsets and proper subsets, so we'll apply that. S is equal to AEIOU. So here what will be the number of subsets of set S? That is 2 to the power n. So what is the cardinal number? First we need to know. So how many what is the number of elements? 1 2 3 4 5. So we can say cardinal number of S, set S, is 5. N is equal to 5, we can say. And what is the formula of finding the number of subsets? 2 to the power n, right? So n is 5, we can substitute. So it means 2 to the power 5. Now 2 to the power 5 means 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. That will give you 32 subsets. So number of subsets of set S is 32. Now let's find the number of proper subsets. Now what is the formula for proper subsets? We just subtract 1 from the number of subsets. So number of proper subsets is equal to 2n minus 1. So 2n means 2 to the power 5. N is the cardinal number. So 2 to the power 5 minus 1. And what is the value of 2 to the power 5? 32. So we can say 32 minus 1, which gives you 31 proper subsets. So always remember that the number of proper subsets is 1 less than the number of subsets. Okay. So that's all for today's lesson. Keep practicing. Stay safe. Take care and keep smiling. Thank you.